So welcome back to another video, guys. This one is going to be pretty interesting. It's something that we've been wanting to do for quite a while.
It's very special.
This is what we're doing.
Today we're taking Ancestry DNA tests. This has been a topic of conversation between us for so long because we've taken many guesses at what could possibly be in our backgrounds and our ancestry, things like that. You know, I've got some guesses. Noemi had some guesses. Both could be accurate. You know, there's always something that could be on the table that we're gonna find out. We're definitely gonna find out a lot about it.
Jose thinks he might have some sort of like possibly Japanese, Asian blood due to your dad, right?
Yeah.
The little fun thing that we want to do with this, knowing what else is in our blood, in our history, culture, all that, is Jose wants to get tattoos that are more personalized to him and his background. And then the other exciting thing that we want to do is, depending on what's the higher percentage of where we're both from, we want to take a trip there.
Yeah, I do have a feeling that specifically like Japanese heritage might be somewhere pretty far back. Noemi, there have been guesses for like Egyptian roots.
Yeah.
You could probably guess like
Armenian.
Indian.
All right, so we got our test. There's a specific, if you could see it right here.
Yes.
So this is my code, that's his code. We can't mix them. We're gonna have to first activate our account, it looks like, activate our kit. So I'll have to go online and do that. Okay. Oh gosh, a lot of instructions.
Oh, it's not that full actually.
You already did it?
Like this much, like all the way up to here is nothing. It's kind of like a wine glass.
Is that enough? Look at that.
That's pretty full.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. That's all bubble. I don't know if I should fill it.
I went above the bubbles.
Yeah.
I should put more. It's falling in there. Hi. Time to release the stabilizing fluid. Shake the tube for at least 5 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Finding out where you come from. This is your ancestry too.
Insert cap tube into bag. Seal the collection bag. Put bag into return mailer. So it's sealed in. I'll activate it later and then I'll send it off. We'll touch base back when we get our results.
Many months later.
And now I got my results.
Mine haven't come in yet. I haven't gotten any notification. I convinced Noemi to share her results on video now. And then
He's very
I'll surprise
curious.
her. I'll surprise her when I get my results.
And then we'll record that and we'll just put it all together. Okay, so I got my results and I'm actually...
Joey, we're gonna find out what half of you is.
Her hair. She's like, what is that? Okay, so, but before I share my results, I also want to ask you, what do you think is in me?
And like they kind of went with what you sent them, and I feel like it's a computer that's like scanning your bone structure and stuff, so it's like obviously like putting, and then it guesses the rest, it fills in the gaps. So
yeah,
it got your bone structure, and then one of the pictures, it looked like you, but it looked like a relative of yours, like somebody
someone from the past.
Yeah. But it's like obviously that like someone could look at that and be like, that's Naomi's great grandmother or something, you know, like, but she looked more like Asian, like islander, like Pacific Islander style. Gave off very Moana vibe. A little more like light-skinned, Eastern. You know, because Moana is very like Samoan, and they're like dark.
A lot darker.
I'm gonna stand by that. I feel like you have that in you because I think my other guess was like somewhere in like Egypt or something like that. It was a bigger shock. Like, is it more of a shock for you to say,
A
you won't
bigger
believe
shock.
that I'm this much of this thing? Or is it a bigger shock to be like, it turns out I'm not this at all?
Like 3 of them are pretty shocking to me. 3 of
okay,
them.
you can start in whatever order you want.
I'm gonna, okay, I will mention one of the 3 that I think I'm like, what the heck?
Want me to hold her now that you're reading?
Yeah. Jewish. That's a shock to me. Jewish. But I don't know, I didn't think I would have Jew in me. Like I picture Adam Sandler all of a sudden. 42% is Jalisco, Colima, and Michoacan.
Wow.
The next one, the second highest, 38%, Spain.
Spain.
Like it's kind of, that wasn't very much of a surprise because my mom would say, you know, my grandma is very white, pale like skin, and some of her siblings have colored eyes. And okay, the third, 8%, Portugal.
Portugal. Wow. Trip to Rio de Janeiro. Brazil.
That's where I've been wanting to go.
Yeah.
3%, Nigeria.
Nigeria. Yeah, I could definitely tell that there
Yeah?
would be ancestry leading back there.
So I was like, oh, okay. I want to look more
Yeah.
into that. I don't know if I'll be able to pronounce this correctly. Basque?
Gotta research that.
Here's the other one that
Never
I
heard
was
that before.
that I was surprised about.
Maybe we're pronouncing it wrong. but-
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'll look more into it. Northern Africa, 2%.
Wow.
Black. That sounds like, okay. They're the least ones, but they're also like 1%. Senegal?
Okay. Senegal.
I don't know much.
Me either.
Another 1%, Cameroon, Congo, and Western Bantu peoples. 1% Ireland. It says here very like less than 1%. So just like the specks of it, I guess.
Indigenous.
Yes. Haiti and Dominican Republic.
Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
Dominican Republic. Wow. Lots of brown in you.
Swipe over to Jose's results. Joseph finally got his results.
Starting to get really upset that they hadn't come in.
Just this
We sent them in
morning.
at the exact same time. Why did it take so long?
Just this morning as we were having breakfast, he was like, you can't call them? Like, there's no number or something? And I was like, okay, I'll look into it. Then I was getting ready to like take a shower and everything, and I like looked at my phone really quick because I hadn't touched it. And then it said, your results are in. I'm like, oh, here you go. So I haven't seen them. What are my guesses?
Yeah, I got my results in. I feel like I found out some stuff, and a lot that I already knew was confirmed.
Okay, definitely Mexicans. I think you might have some
I didn't
Spain.
say that.
Well, that's what I'm guessing. I think you might have some Spain in you as well. Some Spanish. I've never seen your dad except for in pictures, and you've been saying maybe you have some Japanese, so I'll say like 1% Japanese or something like that. Is there some stuff in there that surprised you too?
I was a little bit surprised, but probably not the way that you think.
Are you gonna start from the highest to the lowest like I did?
Should I?
Yeah.
Okay. Your husband, the man that gave you 3 babies,
Your blood.
the highest, the highest percentage at a whopping 42, a little less than half, is Spain.
That was your top one? Spain? Oh, wow. We're definitely having to go to Spain then. That's cool. Wow, 42%.
The next highest, 37%, Indigenous America, Mexico's, Central, Southern Mexico, so Jalisco, Zacatecas.
Oh my gosh, we have the same blood. Now here comes the weird ones.
I am also 13% Basque. Remember you had a little bit of percentage of that? We had to look up what it was.
Yeah.
And they don't have like a homeland.
Right.
They're defined by just being what they are.
Wow.
So I think we need to research that a little more.
That's crazy.
Here, this one's a trippy one. 3% North African.
My,
You had 1%?
I had 1%. How is it that you're the whitest?
I'm more African than you are. The rest are all just like kind of 1%.
Right.
1% indigenous America, Bolivia, and Peru.
Okay.
1% Swedish and Denmark.
Oh.
1% South Italy. 1% Portugal. You had a high percentage of Portuguese, didn't you?
I have to put the results up.
Yeah, I think yours was a little higher, like high enough to justify a trip to 1% Scottish and less than 1% Levant.
You're not a Jew.
I'm not a Jew and I'm not Asian at all. Yeah.
That's interesting. Spain came as his highest. But that's why when I met Joseph, I thought, just because I knew his mom, I thought he was half. I thought his dad was white, straight up. That's kind of cool. We have to go
I
to
think so
Spain.
too. Yeah. I'm really relieved and like glad that I know everything. I'm a little disappointed that
You really wanted Asian in there?
yeah, I honestly thought that was like gonna be a fair percentage, but yeah, not at all. So came out of left field.
So now he can get creative again. Back to his tattoo ideas and such.
I showed the YouTube channel yet. This is my newest tattoo. But it's not done.
Well.
This whole area is gonna be done. I'm not hung up on like, yeah, I'm disappointed that there's no Asian or whatever in my blood, but like now we know. We can plan things ahead. Like you said, I can get back to being like artistically creative. Channels are opening, like, hey, now I can take from culture that is like actually a part of me and like incorporate that, like interpret it in a way into a drawing that could become a tattoo idea. I'm proud to be everything that I am. You know, now we can plan vacations and trips around the world.
If you have the opportunity to travel and take a trip, it's like, well, do I want to go somewhere where I've already gone? You know?
Or do we want to experience more about our history? Like,
Right,
yeah,
somewhere
now we
new.
can actually do that. Let's go somewhere that matters. You know, we can do that now. That feels nice.
Well, thank you for joining us in this little DNA experiment and wanting to see what we are. So this is great. We get to know a little bit more about each other that we didn't. And it's been 10 years.
Who you?
All right, catch us on our next vlog, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.